Men, one of the most important things this side of eternity that all of us are called to do is cultivate a hidden life, an inner life with God. And you can liken that to building a bonfire in your soul, a burning and a shining lamp in your soul that directs others towards Jesus, that provides warmth and protection for everybody in our lives. And part of the reason I called it building bonfires is because the Bible actually makes a lot of correlations between our personal walk with Jesus and fire. I mean, the scripture names God as a consuming fire. The New Testament talks about a refining fire as God refines us. Jesus in John 5:35, which we're going to get to in a minute, he speaks of John the Baptist as a bright and shining lamp, a burning fire in his generation. And there is something about a man on fire for Jesus. A man who cultivates a life of passion, who's not just sort of lackadaisically cruising through life, but knows why he's here, knows who he is, and knows what his calling, his God-given calling is on this side of eternity. And let's be honest, men love fire. It's just true. We love bonfires. Some of my greatest childhood memories involve building bonfires or campfires with my dad or my friends. There's something deeply primal about guys when we gather around a fire where we just start to open up about life. The worries of the world fade away for a few moments. And I'll never forget one particular bonfire story from my childhood when I was in 8th grade. We had a burn pile the size of a small house. And I mean, as 8th grade boys, we were like, okay, we're down for this. Whatever's going to happen next is going to be awesome. Now, he had brought a couple containers of gasoline and some matches, and he said, look, boys, I got to run back and get there's a huge water tank that was loaded on the back of another farm truck. He's like, I want to bring the water out here just to make sure we can soak the ground before we start this fire. It's going to be huge. He's like, you have one rule. Do not start the fire until I get back. We're 8th grade boys. We just spent the whole day working for you, man, and you're going to tell us the one fun thing that we're here to do, we can't do until you get back. Well, he leaves, and my buddy's Paul is like, well, we could at least just pour the gas on the wood and get it ready. We'll get it ready. And there were 10 gallons of gas. And we poured all 10 gallons into a little 6x6 foot radius on the side of this burn pile. I mean, the air was hazy with gasoline. Smelled like an old gas station. And once we dumped all the gas, his dad wasn't back. And Paul's like, well, the matches are here. We could just light it. And I mean, he's bringing the water. It'll be fine. Let's light it. And we're like, yep, we're in. Let's do it. So Paul grabs the matches. It was one of those big old long boxes of matches, probably for safety so we could light it from a safe distance, but we're standing 4 feet away in the midst of just hazy gas fumes everywhere. And I kid you not, the moment he struck that match, the air around us ignited. Explosion. I'm talking like a mushroom cloud of smoke. I felt like I was engulfed in flames. The front part of my hair was burned off. My eyebrows were gone. Same for all of us. My hair never grew back, so be careful. That's not how it really happened, but I can maybe stick with that story for a while. But once we realized we were okay, I mean, we heard Taylor's dad coming back. I'm sure he fully expected to see a bunch of 8th grade boys covered in 3rd-degree burns. We were fine. We just lost all the hair on our arms and our bangs were gone, so we all had buzz cuts for the summer. And of course, as soon as I figured out I was okay, my first thought was, that was awesome.